training vlog. Today, as I record this, I'm not sure when it will get online. Today is the 1st of August. I have Worthing's Strongest Man on the 27th of August. So, quite close now. 4 weeks out, just less than. I'm feeling pretty confident. Now, pretty confident of what? Pretty confident that I'm going to do I'm pretty confident that I will give a performance that I will be proud of. I talked a little bit about this to a few guys. Most recently, I think, was Tim at work yesterday, Friday, talking about how I think I'm going to do and whatnot. And it's in strongman, it feels slightly impossible to know. I've got, I believe, Matt from Worthing's, Max Strength, who's running the competition. I think he said there would be a maximum of 10 guys in the intermediate group. So, in theory, I could have 9 competitors to go up against. And here's the funny thing, you know, I could give an amazing performance which on another day could put me straight onto the podium, but so much of it depends on how everyone else does. You know, if I get pipped to the post by a few reps here, a few reps there, a little bit faster, a little bit further distance on certain events, that's it. It doesn't really matter. I could end up at the bottom of the pack. You know, it's very possible to end up coming absolute last, which is a situation I've found myself in a couple of times. Very humbling experience, I can tell you. So yeah, I could literally give the best performance of my life and still end up coming last, just on the basis of everybody else giving a really good show. So, trying to say I want to finish at this place or this place, it's quite hard to do. The best I can really say is I want to just give a performance that I'm proud of. I want to try and make sure I don't make any mistakes, make sure that I give a good fight and do not give up prematurely on any of the events. You know, make sure I'm moving quickly, not sluggish. Going balls out, really. As long as I go balls out and I don't zero, I think I'll be quite happy. Yeah, so that sums up roughly my feelings on where I want to be and whatnot. Training's going really well. I've had maybe a couple of hiccups. One, I felt pretty bad last week, pretty heavily fatigued. I think I was just pushing it a little bit too hard for a few weeks in a row, trying to get a little bit extra, get a little bit of brownie points with the coach, and that left me feeling a little bit beaten up. But I think I put the brakes on just in time. I didn't drive myself into the ground. It just started to turn into fatigue, and I think in previous years I might have just taken a whole bunch of pre-workout and continued to push really, really hard. The problem with that is I could end up pushing hard for a few more sessions and really just grind myself into the absolute ground. This time I was able to take an extra rest day, backed off a little bit on the optional work that I was given, and got plenty of food in, tried to get a little bit more sleep in, a little bit more active recovery, getting blood flow, and I've come out and I'm sitting, like I said, it's Tuesday, it's a rest day anyway, but I'm feeling feel like I could go train tonight. I'm not, because it's a rest day, but I feel good, and that's, I think, a good barometer of knowing that you're feeling pretty good is if you feel like you could go train like today, like now, then you're in good shape. I think that's what my body tells me, at least. If I feel like I need a break, I probably have already pushed too hard. I always feel like if I'm hungry for more and feel like I go and get at it, then I'm good to go. So yeah, that's where I'm at. My eating has gone up substantially. I'm really focusing on food prep on the weekends now. Getting some solid meals made for while I'm at work. Making sure I've got a little bit extra. I'm drinking quite a lot of calories, Gold Top milk, fruit juices, bits and pieces like that. I'm trying to cut down the amount of liquid I'm putting into my body that is just calorie free, it's got nothing in it, which is a great bulking technique. I'm eating probably a lot more fats. I'm trying to keep them nice and healthy fats. The milk, I tend to go for, if I'm buying it to drink through the course of a day, I'll usually buy Gold Top, which is unhomogenised, pretty fatty, but it's good. Good animal fats. And then I'm getting some avocado in my diet, peanut butter. I'll maybe throw some like olive oil into a shake as well. I don't mind olive oil as long as it's not cooked. Coconut oil sometimes, bits and pieces of that. Just trying to get some decent fats in me. So yeah, I reckon my calories are probably up somewhere between sort of 500 and 1,000 calories a day, up on a few weeks back. I'm even taking a bit of food and protein to bed with me, and if I wake up, get that down me as well. Become quite religious on taking electrolytes, either in drink form or tablets. I've got some tablets at the moment, but I was using drink form. I think that making sure that my electrolytes and my hydration level is pretty good has actually probably been one of the biggest nutritional things I've learned in these past few months. I feel so much better, so much stronger, more powerful, ready, unfatigued, you know, just keeping those going in. It's really, it's been really interesting to discover that. So yeah, everything's looking alright for Worthings. Like I said, I am getting some coaching. I won't go into the who's and the whys and the wherefores, etc. at the moment. I want to just carry on with that for the time being, and at some point down the line I'll talk about that, because I think deciding to take on a coach, sorry, I'll go on about coaching just a little bit as a principle. Deciding to use a coach was actually a really super hard decision. I've heard so many mixed things. Guys who are coaches have often said, you know, come on guys, you know, have talked about how coaching changes everything really positively for athletes, so on and so forth. Obviously they have a service they're trying to push, so that's one thing. But I've heard increasingly more and more people I know, either personally or sort of friends of friends, or just as part of the community, like fellow competitors and bits and pieces, are getting coaching, and everyone speaks really positively of it for several reasons. Now I've got a few naysayers as well, you know, guys who are like, oh, I don't need that, I'm not giving money, you know, it's all the information's there on the internet, so on and so forth, all you got to do is do your own research, blah blah blah. The only real way of discovering whether it's something that's going to work for you or not, and whether it's going to benefit you particularly, is actually just by fucking sucking it and see. So that's exactly what I've done. I'm currently just getting a bit of coaching for this competition. It was just the sort of brief was, I just need sort of 8 weeks contest prep for this particular competition, just to make sure that I'm doing the best I can to prepare for this competition, because it means quite a lot to me, this one, for various reasons. So yeah, I realised 8 weeks really isn't a great deal of time for a coach to be able to do much with me. He's not going to make me stronger, particularly in 8 weeks. He's not going to particularly change anything drastically about the way that I lift, so on and so forth, in 8 weeks. But what I was hoping to get is someone with a large amount of personal experience and a lot of experience from other athletes that they've coached, and use that experience to help get me prepared for the events that I have at this next competition. And that's exactly the way we're working at the moment, and it feels, so far so good. Really enjoying working that way, really feeling the benefits, and I can only speak positively of the experience. So yeah, there's that. Quickly, just why were things sort of important to me? Really, it is because it will be 1 year since I stepped up from the novices to the inters. Some might say perhaps prematurely, but I did it. This time last year I was just about to go into my first inters comp with just one novice comp under my belt. And I'm about to do a competition at Worthings again 1 year later. The other reason is I want to make it my last inters competition. I have done 3 previous inters comps now, so this will be my 4th one, and I've kind of made a promise to myself that this will be my last intermediate competition. I want to, I mean, it is hard to tell. I either just want to get into the opens category, or end up going down into a weight class, saying fuck it, I'm never going to be able to compete with the big boys, let's drop some body weight, go down to a 105, and then compete as a 105 strongman. I'm not trying to say that those, I don't have to be as strong or this, that or the other. Those guys are fucking animals. I've seen a lot of those 105 lifters, by no means fucking weak. They are seriously strong, they are fucking super athletic, they're fast, they've got fucking great endurance. You know, it's not going to be easy, but my thinking is, at least maybe I will be able to be a competitor and at least be happy with my, you know, body image, I guess. I'm not saying I'm particularly unhappy at the moment, but I'm very aware that I'm a big fat tub of lard at the moment. I think it is getting better over time. My body weight has been pretty stable for about 6 months. I've only shifted up maybe 1 or 2 kilos in that time. Yeah, I've been getting stronger and noticeably broader and stuff, so I think without a doubt I'm probably shedding some body fat, but I've got plenty to shed, so you know. And then there's the health benefits. Here I am, I'm floating around 134, 135 body weight kilos, so that's just shy of 300 pounds. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel it on my knees mostly. Getting up in the morning, it's a bit of a slow process, sometimes feel like I need to do some warm-ups for my knees before attempting to go downstairs to get breakfast and whatever. They feel stiff, and yeah, I'm just cautious of them. You know, I've never in my life felt like I need to be careful on my knees, like physically felt it. That's exactly how I feel these days. So bringing down the body weight could have benefits there as well, but we'll see. I actually want to give it a fucking good go at getting just plain strong enough to compete in the Opens. I've got a few ideas of what kind of strength level that needs to be, and you know, I've got some help if I need to. Just have to just push forward and have a really good off season. I'm not planning on doing any more competitions until 2018 after Worthings. Just want to get my head down, get some serious hard graft in, and hopefully come out fighting in the new year, maybe spring, summertime, and have my first bash at maybe a light open competition and see how I get on with that. I do think there might be a qualifier for a powerlifting federation, so a little powerlifting meet somewhere there, which is fine. That plays into a couple of things nicely. Obviously, as a strongman, I want to have the biggest deadlift I can possibly get. So you know, peaking for a powerlifting meet probably isn't the end of the world. That kind of meets and targets. It'd be nice to get squatting again. I haven't really done any squatting for a long time, just box squats, so putting a bit of focus into my normal squat would be quite nice. I'd actually be kind of interested to see where that is, in all honesty. I'd like to know how much I can squat, and I know that realistically I'm only going to get that if I have a few weeks building up and actually greasing the groove and getting it done right. And if I'm gonna go for these max effort lifts, I'd quite like it to be in front of 3 judges, so as I can officially say, you know, that's what I'm good for, and know that if it was a strongman comp, I can push out a little bit more. The bench press, you know, it's not really a lift I am hugely fond of. It doesn't do much for strongman, but it's good to have a decent bench. Just being a strong presser, it's not the end of the world. It's going to build some decent triceps. And bottom line, every time anyone asks you, you know, they know you train at the gym, it seems to be the universal barometer of strength is how much can you bench. Yeah, so I think a powerlifting meet in there somewhere in that off season might be a good idea. We'll see. For now, I'm going to go indoors. I'm going to see my wife and kid and have some dinner. Me and the boy are alone at home tonight while the wife goes to the gym. Let's go and see what I've got for dinner. I'll see you later.